I got a message notification saying my wife had reserved a table at a restaurant for Valentine's Day. That was surprising usually. I'm the one who handles that sort of thing. But by evening, all I got was a message from her saying she had to work overtime. A little while later, I came across a post on WeChat from her junior. It read, "Only a caring sister knows how to spoil someone. A fancy restaurant, a sweet person. Tonight's cake was sweet, but not as sweet as your lips." In the photo, he and Evelyn were in a close, intimate pose. Around her neck was the necklace I had given her that morning. On the table was the wine I had gifted her. I didn't react with anger. Not this time. I was just tired. When Evelyn came home, I was sitting there eating a mango. She's allergic to mangoes. Just a touch would make her skin break out in hives. So for years, we never had mango anything in the house. She looked surprised to see me awake. She handed me a gift and, in a flat voice, said, "Happy Valentine's Day, honey." To be fair, she is a good wife in many ways. She doesn't just take, she prepares thoughtful gifts in advance. Like the expensive Patek Philippe watch I had just received this year. The restaurant owner, someone who has known us since college and watched our story unfold, called me to confirm our reservation. I had confessed and proposed to Evelyn at his place. He joked over the phone, called himself a lonely single guy, and congratulated us. Then he asked if we wanted to try their new cake that evening. I asked, "Does it have mango in it? If so, let's stick with the usual. Evelyn's allergic." Right after I hung up, Evelyn called. "I have to work overtime tonight. I won't be able to spend the evening with you." I couldn't sleep that night. I scrolled through my phone. That's when I saw Peter's post again. Only a caring sister knows how to spoil someone. In the photo, Evelyn and Peter were close. His hand was resting lightly on her waist. He was smiling, gentle, teasing. Around her neck was my necklace. On the table was the wine I had given her, and the cake. The owner's special mango cake. When Evelyn sat down to eat with me, she frowned. "Why is there mango?" I had already seen the post. I knew Peter was provoking me on purpose, but I didn't ask Evelyn anything. I didn't argue. I stared at my phone for a moment, then suddenly craved mango. I ordered some. Mango in my hands. It tasted sweet, with a slight tang, exactly how I remembered it. I had always loved mango, but ever since being with Evelyn, I hadn't touched it. After I finished, I wiped my hands and said, "I'm going to bed if there's nothing else." She grabbed my arm. "Oliver, it's Valentine's Day." I looked at her and asked, "So what?" She frowned and moved closer, whispering, "On a night like this, are you really going to bed early?" Evelyn always had a distant, cool beauty. After college, when she started wearing glasses, it only added to her intellectual charm. But tonight, I caught a faint scent of cigarette smoke on her. I stepped back and avoided her kiss. "I just ate mango," I said. Reaction: Evelyn looked stunned. I ignored her and walked into the bedroom, locking the door behind me. Lying in bed, my phone rang. It was my supervisor. "Have you really decided to take the position? If you flake on me again because of Evelyn, I swear I'll kill you." "I'm not backing out this time," I replied. "If I do, I'll come to you with my head." The new position in the advertising department came with a higher salary, but also meant frequent business trips. 3 years ago, I turned it down for Evelyn. We'd grown up together. I knew she was traditional, detail-oriented, and needed stability. Being away constantly would have driven a wedge between us. I once had her take the MBTI test. She didn't get why, but she did it. ISTJ. Reserved, traditional, serious, disciplined. That was Evelyn. It took me over half a year to hold her hand. My friends thought she was boring. They didn't understand why I liked her. I told them because she saved my life. I tripped. She fought against the crowd to get to me, helped me up, and ran with me. Later, I asked her, "What were you thinking? If you died, all your dreams would have been for nothing." She was stunned and said, "I wasn't thinking. I just thought if I couldn't make it, I'd rather die with you." That Evelyn. She probably never imagined she'd leave me one day. But sincerity doesn't last forever. My supervisor must have sensed something. She said, "Who hasn't? Made mistakes. But if you lose the woman, don't lose the job. You start in 3 days. Your first trip's to Argentina." The next morning, I woke up early to hand over work at the office. Evelyn was in the living room. Her lips were swollen mango. Allergy, probably from Peter's kiss. I walked past her. "Because I didn't spend time with you yesterday. I told you I had to work. The company's going public. I have to set an example. You said you'd support my career. Why are you acting like this?" "Yeah, I've always loved her. So I tolerated everything, even when I was in the hospital and she didn't answer my calls. One time, I picked her up from work. Her phone rang. She was doing her eyebrows, but immediately picked up and smiled sweetly. That was the first time I heard the name Peter. The first time I realized she wasn't too busy, just too busy for me. I calmly pulled my hand away. "Enough, Evelyn. We're done." Her phone rang. She gave me an apologetic look. Peter's voice came through. "Sis, come pick me up. It's cold. I don't want to get out of bed. If I'm late, Don't dock my pay. Evelyn's voice softened. Afraid of the cold. The same guy who hikes snowy mountains left. On the phone, Peter added, "Oh, and tell Ning, thanks for letting me use his restaurant yesterday." Send a gift. Evelyn looked guilty. She lowered the phone's volume. She chased after me. Yesterday Peter had a client dinner. He forgot to book a place. I gave him our reservation. It was for business. Business on Valentine's Day. She believed that. Every time she lied, she'd fiddle with her wedding ring. Peter called again. She left, claiming food poisoning. It wasn't the first time. Last winter, snow blocked the roads. I had no food. I asked Evelyn to make porridge, but she said, "Peter has no food. I'm going to his place." She didn't even notice I was sick. On the couch, back in high school, if I skipped meals, she'd scold me coldly and hand me a hot bowl of rice cakes. Eat. Don't make me worry. At work, my supervisor dumped paperwork on my desk. Finish this in 3 days or bring me your head. Late that night, I saw the lawyer's draft of the divorce papers in the middle of a snowstorm. I took a cab to Evelyn's office. When I got there, the power was out. I turned on my phone's flashlight. A colleague sent me a link. I clicked it. Peter's account. He had known Evelyn since high school, followed her to college, now worked at her company. His bio: being in love with her isn't just your privilege. In the video, flashing lights swept over Peter and Evelyn's faces. They were holding hands, kissing. My phone slipped from my hand. Evelyn and I had been together most of our lives. Yet I realized never really knew her. From her office, I heard sobs. "I'm sorry, we really can't." Peter's voice: "I just like you." What did I do wrong? He kissed her cheek. Then they kissed. Long, deep bang. The power came back. "They finally saw me," Peter said. "Ning, it's not what it looks like. I'm just in love. It's not Evelyn's fault." Evelyn looked dazed. "Oliver, why are you here?" I smiled, walked to Peter, then punched him in the face before he could fall. I grabbed his collar and said, "This is for your pathetic face. I've seen fake women, but you're the first fake man I've met." Then I drove my fist into his stomach. He collapsed. Evelyn tried to speak. I slapped her. She clutched her cheek, crying. I pulled off my wedding ring and threw it at her. She sobbed. "Oliver, don't do this. Please, listen to me." I handed her the divorce papers. "Evelyn, we're getting a divorce."